down. 3 opponents down. You've gained the lead.
What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I just wanted to give some tips on how to use high impact pulse rifles when you're PvPing. So as we know, with our update 2.6.0.1, we did get a buff to high impact pulse rifles. They're now hitting 33.6 per crit and 21 per body, but Bungie just rounds it up in general when you're looking at numbers on video. So tip number 1 would use your radar as much as possible. You're going to want to constantly be looking at your radar. You know, I can't stress this enough. A lot of players go in and they're just running and gunning. I see a lot of Call of Duty style playing here, and a lot of people don't use their radar. High skill players will use their radar. They'll constantly be looking at it. You can see it on stream, you know, YouTube videos. You can watch their facial expressions, their movements, everything. Also, team shooting is going to be very important when you're using high impact pulse rifles, only because they do high damage, but they have a slower time to kill. So you're going to want to stick around teammates as much as possible. Now, if you're using control, I think you can lane them out a lot better. Clash is where the team shooting will mostly be around. You know, only because you can you know, lane out control, hold down the zone. You don't have to play aggressively with high impact pulse rifles. You know, right here I'm hitting at from a 35 meter mark, 36. I'll hit 34 crit, and you see, like, easy kill, just a solid kill. Also, you're gonna want to play passively as much as possible, just because you got to stay out of ranges of certain weapon types. They will take you out. They have a faster time to kill, and you have a high impacts do have a slower time to kill. I'm assuming that they're putting out at like 1.5, depending on, like, you know, 6 bodies, 3 crits. If you're lucky, maybe 1.2 if they're all crits. But yeah, staying out of ranges of certain weapons, so that way you can get a decent time to kill. That's going to help you out in the long run. Also, knowing when to engage and disengage on your 1v1s and your team shooting. A lot of people will challenge, especially when they got the upper hand. They think they're actually gonna win the duel or whatever, but you're gonna want to engage and disengage as much as possible, and knowing when you're taking damage to get out. And if you're not taking damage, don't risk it. You don't want to risk, you know, having to lose a battle when you're dueling. If you're getting critical hits, then you're gonna want to disengage as much as possible real fast. A lot of people will try to get the upper hand and chance it, which is good, I guess, but in the long run, it's gonna hurt you, as your KD, or if you're looking at your KD, or if you're just worried about it. You know, just knowing when to get disengaged and getting out as much as possible is gonna be your better upper hand on every situation. And the last thing I want to say is to learn how to survive. You have to learn the fundamentals of survival. Everything you can possibly do to stay alive is going to help you out in the long run. I mean, I got we ran out of medals right here, and I was just literally just only using an old pulse rifle called Legal Action 2, and it was obtained from Future Wardrobe drops back in, like, Curse of Osiris, I believe. But yeah, team shooting, survival keys, all the fundamentals of playing passively. If you have to, if you're an aggressive player, then by all means, you can play aggressively. But again, you know, you're just gonna be kind of stuck in certain situations where you're gonna want to get out, and you might not be able to get out. So, all right, guys. So that's gonna be the information of the video. If you find this helpful, informative, if it helps you out in any kind of way, just give me a like, give me a thumbs up. Also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. You know, it helps me grow. I know everybody pretty much says it and everything, but it really does help out in the long run. I'm not asking for, you know, donations or anything like that, but a like is, if it's possible. If not, then it's cool. If you like the content, just help me out. And I'll catch you on the next one, guys. And I'll let the rest of this gameplay just play out. All right, guys. Peace.
I need a hunter like you with the Red Jacks. Together as one. I love it. Only 1 minute left. Two for one. Seconds. Strength in numbers, Guardian. Excellent. Ten seconds. Victory is all I ask. Good. Good work, Guardian. Your light is strong.